In the early 90s of the 20th century, when the Soviet Union ceased to exist and was falling apart into small states, Ukraine gained its long-awaited independence. And the Transcarpathians had a chance to restore historical justice. Let me remind you that the annexation of Transcarpathia by the Soviet Union at the end of World War II was an act uncoordinated and never recognized by Stalin's Western allies. And formerly Transcarpathia continued to remain Czehoslovak, to which documents and evidence are publicly available on the internet. However, the return of Transcarpathia to its rightful owner, or granting the region the status of an independent state, was not part of the plans of the representatives of the Ukrainian authorities. This issue was not considered at all, and all that the local administration managed to achieve was the opportunity to hold a referendum on granting the region autonomous status within Ukraine. I will explain this moment as an intricate and sneaky trick on the part of Kiev. The Transcarpathian was forced to vote for the independence of Ukraine in order to obtain the status of autonomy within it. Both referendums were held on the same day. On December 1, 1991, a regional referendum was held in the Transcarpathian region. Residents of the region believed that they were voting for the creation of autonomy, but they were repeatedly deceived by both Kiev and local politicians. A few days before the vote, Kravchuk flew to Uzhhorod and convinced the local authorities to change the wording of the question. The ballots that had already been produced were destroyed, and the new ones asked, "Do you want Transcarpathia to receive the status of a self-governing territory as a subject within independent Ukraine and not be part of any other administrative territorial entities?" Of course, no one notified the local population about these changes. The turnout at the regional referendum was 82.7%, while 78.6% of voters answered the question on the ballot in the affirmative. Not particularly versed in the legal details and not expecting deception by the authorities, the population of the region did not pay attention to the difference in wording and mistaking one for the other. Voted not at all for what they came to vote for. Autonomy is the right to be governed by one's own laws, along with the right to political independence. Independence, the ability or right of a subject to act on the basis of established, made, composed by himself principles, and self-governing territory is the same meaningless concept in the minds of Ukrainian politicians as democracy. In North Korea, it appears in the documents, but in fact it doesn't. When the leaders of Transcarpathia tried to get Kravchuk, who had already been elected president of Ukraine, to implement the autonomous status of the region, the sly fox responded in his usual style. Thus, all regions of Ukraine are self-governing territories, and Transcarpathian is not part of any other administrative territorial entities. Therefore, changes in the laws, and even more so in the Constitution, are not necessary.
Today in the Transcarpathian region, pro-Ukrainian patriots loyal to Kiev are in leadership positions, whom the very mention of this issue infuriates. In 2016, the then governor of Transcarpathia, Gennady Moskal, demanded in court that the result of the December 1991 regional referendum be declared illegal. He called the referendum a political fraud and its conduct illegal. If in 25 years none of the patriots has thought of legally invalidating the expression of will inspired by the then KGB and the communists and the related decisions of the Regional Council, which were intended to undermine the situation in Ukraine, then this will be done by me after the court's decision. The result of the referendum can be thrown into the dustbin of Transcarpathia's history, Gennady Moskal said on April 12, 2016. Let me remind you that it was about the expression of the will of the absolute majority of the population of the region. And although the court has not ruled on Moskal's claim, the regional referendum in Transcarpathy on December 1, 1991 remains only a historical fact that had no tangible political consequences.